let's talk about our final project. Our program contains simple menu and the menu allows us to choose 5 options. We can display product list of existing order, set customers, add products, exit from the program. So the program will start with creating new order. For simplify the program, we assume that at the beginning, when the program starts, the new order will be created. So we have an option to set customer, add product, display product in order. Let's back to our program. I created additional method which is named manage order. We can see all methods and properties in this class, actually in all classes in our project, by simply switching to the class view and on the right side of the Visual Studio interface. If you can't see the class view, simply you have to go to view and then choose class view. So if we choose the manage order, we can see that we have several methods like add product, display customers, and so on. The small padlock means that the method is private. So in this case, so the blue boxes means variables, and the purple one, it's methods. So we have defined 3 private properties. Let's go to the customers, double click on customers, and you can see there is a the declaration of our customers. It's a list, so the list contains all our customers, products, and we create new order object. So we defined as a global variable, so the customers list, product list, and the order object will be available anywhere in this class because it has a private keyword. To simplify the application, I just added already some customers and products. As you can see, it's added in constructor. So what it means? It means that when the program starts, we create the instance of manage order class, which is in our main program in line 25. So we create the instance of manage order class, and obviously it's called constructor. Constructor is over here. Inside the constructor, we add customers to the lists of customers and products to the list of products. Later in the program, we call the method start selection, which is public method of the manage order class. We can simply switch to declaration by pressing F12. You can see there's a public, so it's visible outside this class. In our method, we will use a while loop. While loop executes block of code between curly braces until the parameter is true. In our application, we also use if statements. An if statement is a programming conditional statement that, if proved true, performs a function or execute block of code. And this is an example. I created small method if example, where defined the variable a and assigned value 10. In the if statement, there is a parameter condition. If the condition is met, then this scope, this block is executed. Otherwise, this block will be executed. So in our example, if a is less than 10, then this block will be executed. Otherwise, this block scope will be executed. Let's back again to our code. In our class manage order, we have a method start selection. We also have declared the while statement, which discussed earlier, in line 32. This is the condition should continue. So on the beginning is defined as a true, then the while loop will iterate. So inside we have a method console read key, which just expects entry interaction from user. And also in line 37 we have a switch condition, which also described error. So if user choose any of the following options, for example, like press key 1 or 2, 3, so on, then particular methods will be executed. For example, like if the user press key 2, then display customers method will be executed. We can simply go to the declaration by pressing F12. Now, as you can see, there's a comments, so it just display what the method does and what parameter expects. So this is declared as a private method, so this method won't be visible outside the class. Also, there is no okay, this is the wrong parameter. It should be removed because the method doesn't expect any parameters. Now we have just a write line with just a display information in the console, so we'll see later how it works. Also, we have a for each loop, which iterates through the customers list and displays all the information about existing customers. As we remember, the customers variable is defined on the beginning over here, and we fill the array customers in our constructor. So this is the display customers method. Also, we have other similar methods, display products. It's just displaying products. Also, we have find product by ID, but we'll back later. Okay, another method, which is set order customer. We have another loop while, and the same situation, it expects to be true, then the while loop will continue. The program waiting for user interaction, and then we have if statements. 49, so select customer ID is a key code pressed key on the keyboard. So in ASCII code, it means that 49 is a key 0 and 57 is a key 9. So any value between 0 and 9 on the keyboard will execute this scope of code. Otherwise, it's just avoid the if, so because the condition won't be met. So if, for example, user press the key, let's suppose 1, then the code will be 49, and then it's trying to just find customer by ID, because as we remember, each customer has assigned own ID. If the find method, find customer by ID method found customer, so we have a condition. If the customer is not null. So because null, this means that there is nothing found and the customer variable is empty. Then we set the customer to our order. Let's look closer on our find customer by ID method. Let's go to the declaration by pressing F12. Then the method is defined as a private, so it's not visible outside the class. It returns customer object in case the customer will be found. And it expects ID as a character. You can just see that it's a character, not ID, because the key entered in our keyboard just represents a char, and we want to value char, which will be just from 1 to 9. But the ASCII code returned is from number 49. So again, we use for each loop. We just iterate through our customers list. Then we convert just the ID to the integer value, because our customer ID in the class customer is defined as integer. We can see, let's go to customer class and the ID. So it's defined as ID. Again, so we convert the char to integer. I will give you reference about the variables and just a scale of each variable later. So our customer ID, we, for example, like number 2, let's say customer ID 2, we compare in the if statements if the customer returned in our loop, it's equal to expected one. If it's found, then we simply return the customer object. If there is no customer in our array, in our list, then the find customer by ID just simply returns null. That's why we have a condition over here, that if it's not found, then we can't just set the customer. Otherwise, we set the customer over here. The same situation we have with product method, find product by ID. It's a similar working. We have display product, which just described error, display customers, and display order product list. So first thing on line 105, we get we call the method display products, which just display products. It's a method, public method of the order class. We can go to the declaration by pressing F12, and we see that we have a list, an order. We just return product lists. On the beginning, when there are no products in our order, the list will be empty. So another line, another statement, if it's an important one, because if we call this method without setting first customer, then the customer will be empty. So first we check if the customer is empty or not. If it's not, then we can print details of the customer. Otherwise, we have to display information that the customer is not set. Later, I'll start the program in debug mode, and we'll see how it works. Next thing which will be executed in our display order product list method is just displaying product list already in our order. And finally, we display getAmount on the end, which is just a method in our order. Let's go to the definition, F12. And this method is a public because it's visible in our other class, a manage order. The method simply calculate amount. We just iterate through the product list and increase the variable amount based on the price, and then return the amount. Let's back again to our manage order class. So the results will be displayed here. Now let's run our application in debug mode. So to do this, we have to press Start button or press F5 button on the keyboard. So let's start the application. It's compiling, and finally we have our console application with the menu. The menu is just defined over here. So when the program starts, as we remember, main method is the main point where the application starts. And in our case, it's just displaying our small menu of our application. Now let's back to our application. So we have 6 options: display order detail, display customers, display available products, add product to the order, set customer, and quit from the program. First of all, let's display order details. Currently there's just a created order, but no products are added and no customer is set. So let's go and see what the program does. Simply let's set the breakpoint when we press the key 1. We set the breakpoint, and now let's press key 1. Our program stops here, so we press the value key 1, and the key char is 49, which means it's a ASCII code, but on our keyboard is value 1. So let's go inside this method by pressing key F11, and now if we want to go through, we have to press F10. As you can see, there is a yellow cursor. Let's press F11. So we are stopping here. So this is our order, and amount is 0, customer is null, ID is 1 because it's a first order, and count 0 product list. So currently we have no products on our order. Let's go there. So product list, it's 0 because we have no products defined. And now, important thing regarding the if statements and customers. So get customers. If you want to see what's happening inside, let's press F11 to go inside the get customer method. F11. Then just to go to step 1, we have to press the F10, and our order object has no defined customer yet, so it has a value null. Actually, there is no value, it's just a null. Let's press F10 again to exit the customer. So we know already that the get customer returns null, so this condition is not met, so we can we know that compiler just go to the line 118 because the customer is null, so it displays information customer is not set. Again, we're displaying empty string, it's just displaying empty space in our console, just to better look. Now we enter to the for each loop, but our product list is 0, so no code will be executed in this scope. Again, we're just displaying empty line, and the get amount, as we can expect, is 0 because order amount is 0. So let's go there. So let's press F5 key on the keyboard just to resume our application. Now let's display our customers. So let's press key 2. It's displaying the information about customers. Again, display products. We have a list of our products. And now let's go to our set customer method. So first of all, let's set a breakpoint on the set customer method. Let's back to our code, to our switch statement. 5 is a set order customer. Okay. Now let's set customer. So let's press key 5 on the keyboard, and as you can see, the compiler just stops on line 61 where we set the breakpoint. Let's go inside the method by pressing key F11. Now step. Let's go one step further by pressing key F10. So we have declared variable need valid selection, which currently is false because this line is not executed yet. Let's press F10. Now you can see the need valid selection variable has a value true. While loop will be executed until this condition is met. It's met because need validation selection variable has a value true. So let's press F10. We display information on our console set customer. This method, again, we just expect user interaction. So let's choose the customer. Let's say number. Let's choose the number 2. Okay. And our customer ID is 50. As we remember, it's the ASCII code, and the key char is the number has a value 2 on our keyboard. So again, we compare the entered value. Currently our customer has a value 50, but the condition is greater or equal 49 and is less or equal 57. So the condition is met. Then go inside, and now let's go inside and find our customer with the ID number 2. Let's press F11. Now we're entering to the for each loop with the customer, our customer list. As you can see, just hover the mouse over the customer list via variable. We have 3 customer on our lists. So let's go inside. So our customer variable is just has assigned value number position 1 from our customer lists. So we convert it again to the customer ID 2, and then we can compare the customer ID with the customer assigned ID value to customer. So the first customer, let's go inside, has a value 1. Let's back. So this condition is not met, then this part of code won't be executed and the loop will be iterating again. So again, the customer currently contains different information. It has from position number 2. It's worth to mention, it's a very important thing, that position indexes on list is always counted from 0. So let's say position 1 has always index 0. For example, like our customers list, as you can see, it's always 0, 1, 2. Okay, let's back to our loop. Again, we convert the variable. It's a customer 2. Also, it's worth mentioning that we don't need to execute this part of code every time the loop is iterating. We simply can just move this line to be before the for each, because customer ID will be visible inside the loop, and also we don't need the again and again converted, because this value won't change during execution of the loop. So let's go inside the customer, because we have a customer is currently have a different value. It currently contains information from our customers list, this position, from this index. So let's inside, and the ID of this customer is 2. Let's back by pressing F10, and then, as we can expect, the condition is met. Then the method will be returned just a end. This method will just finish this job and return us the customer with the ID number 2. Let's press F10, and we back to our set order customer method. As we can expect, the customer currently is null because it's not exactly executed this method. Let's press F10, and the customer variable has assigned value from returned value from find customer by ID method. So our customer has a ID 2 and a name. If statement, the condition is met because the customer is not null. Then let's press F10. We set the customer, and we set the flag need validation selection to false, and as we can expect, we just print the information that the customer is set. And if we go press F10, so the loop just is still trying to iterate, but the condition is not met because its variable has a value false. Then we exit from the loop while over here. That's it. So let's press F5 to resume our application. So we have information the customer is set. Now when we back and choose the option 1, display order details, let's press 1. Okay, let's press F5 to continue the application. We can see that it's returned customer ID 2 because we set it already, but still the amount is 0 because we haven't added any products yet. Let's again press the option 1 to display all the details. Let's go inside. F10, F10 still has a product list 0. And now get customers. Let's go inside. As we can see, customer is already set. So the condition is met, and then we can display information about our customer. Okay, let's go. Let's press F5. Now let's add a product for. Let's go to our code and set the breakpoint over here. Okay. Now let's add some products to our order. Now on our menu list, item number 4 is for adding product. So let's press key 4. Then the breakpoints, we set the breakpoints and compiler stops on line 56. Let's go inside. F10, the same situation with the variable. So we enter to the loop because we have a need valid selection is set to true. Just displaying information. Now we expect user interaction. So let's select product. Let's add the product with the ID number 2. So let's press key 2. The same condition. We check the same condition. So we choose the product with the ID 2, which is in ASCII code number 50. So we compare the variable. The condition is met. Let's find the product by ID. It's the same similar scenario as with our customers. So let's press F10, and finally we got the product with the ID number 2. So product is not null, so the condition is met. Let's go inside and add product to our order. Add product is a public method of our order class. So let's go inside by pressing F11 key and then simply call the add method on the product lists. We add the product passed as a parameter. Let's press F10 and we can hover mouse over the product list and can see that the product list contains one product. Let's expand the list. So this is our product, added product. Let's press F10 and back to our product methods, add product to order. F10 and we set the flag to false. Again, we just displaying information product added, and we will exit from the while loop because the need validation selection value is false. Again, let's press F5 to run the product. So we have information, the product is added. Now let's add another product. Let's say to add the product we need to add press the number 4. Let's press key 4. Again the same story. So let's press F5 to continue. Choose the product. Let's say add the product with the ID number 4. Product added. So now let's go to value item 1, display order details. Let's press key 1, go inside, and now display products method. As we can expect, it just returns our list with our 2 products. Okay, we have 2 products added to the list and get go inside, go through, so we can iterate through the product list, because it has two values, so we can display the information about the products. And now get amount. Let's go inside, calculate amount. Let's go inside by pressing F11. We again iterate the product list in our order. F10. We get the price of each product and just iterate the amount variable. So this is the price from first product. Again, iterates, and now it's a second product from our list, which has a price 3.7. Let's press F10, and we have an amount, because it's just a sum of our products prices. Let's press F10 and back to the get amount. So the get amount method return our amount of our product lists, and then simply displaying information. Let's press F5. As you can see, we have a sum of our product lists. I mentioned earlier during this course that we can, and sometimes we have to convert variables types from one type to another one, to other types. So we used in our application convert integer just returned from user interaction to character. So there are some methods which are converts from one type to another. There are many types, like a char, int, long, double, float, decimal, and many more. So each of the types has a different range, and we can assign different values. It depends on our needs. For example, if we use for example, like from our keyboard values, we simply can use char, because we don't need, for example, a float or decimal values for key. Decimal, float, or double can be used, for example, like when we assign some prices, let's say. Also, we can convert some types to another by using convert methods. There are different methods, like a convert to int 32, but we can also convert to double, floats, and so on. Also, we can convert integer variables to string, but I will discuss about types conversion in my other course. I would like to say thank you for watching my course. I would like to invite you for my other courses, which we cover conversions, lambda expressions, LINQ, working with databases, and we will talk about solid principles. Thank you.